Hi, this is Andy Wilkinson from SkinnyGainMuscle.com, bringing you another video lesson on how to gain weight if you're naturally skinny. And in this video we're looking at the question, why is there so little information and advice on how to gain weight if you're naturally skinny? If you are skinny and you've tried to gain weight, you know how frustrating it can be when nothing seems to work. And so maybe you do a search online and look around for information to help you gain weight, and what you find is that one, there's very little information out there, and two, it can be very confusing and just contradict itself a lot of the time. So why is it that there's so little information to help you gain weight?
Okay, so to answer this question of why there's so little information available to help skinny guys and skinny women who want to gain weight, we need to be aware of the three main body types that people have. And those three main body types are, firstly, endomorphs, secondly, mesomorphs, and thirdly, ectomorphs. So let's take a little bit more of a closer look at what each of these means. The endomorph tends to be that larger build. They have a soft and round build and a high proportion of fat tissue. The next comes the mesomorph, and the mesomorph is more average size and has a more compact build. They're generally more muscular. And then third and finally, we have the skinny guy, the ectomorph, who's generally lean and has a naturally skinny body build. So those are the three main body types, and generally if you look at magazine racks when you go out shopping, you'll see that most of the emphasis is on weight loss. It's a huge billion-dollar industry, and when you look at the levels of obesity, for instance, in North America, it's not surprising really that it gets so much attention. So this information on weight loss on the whole is geared towards and caters to the endomorph, the first of those body types, who has a soft round build and a high proportion of fat tissue. And this build carries a high proportion of fat tissue and wants to lose this excess weight. And other magazines that you may see to do with muscle building and fitness and bodybuilding are then usually focused on the second body type, the mesomorph, who can build muscle relatively easily. And if they're not focusing on the building muscle side of things, then they're often focusing on the fat loss again, which is catering to the first and second body types, the endomorph and the mesomorph. And so as a result, there's not as much information on helping skinny guys and women to put on weight. And so, unfortunately, because of this lack of information, skinny guys either end up guessing what to do or copying advice that's been designed for other body types when they work out. And key point to take away with this video is, do not copy information designed for other body types. If you do this, you usually end up disappointed with the results that you're getting. They generally don't work. So if you are an ectomorph, meaning you're naturally skinny, you have a high metabolism and find it hard to gain weight, then you need to play by a very different set of rules if you want to gain healthy weight. And these rules control and govern what foods you eat, how much to eat, how often you need to eat, how to train for healthy weight gain, how often, and other details you really need to follow if you want to be successful at gaining weight. Ultimately, you want to follow a plan that other people have already used to successfully gain weight in a healthy way. So don't guess or follow other methods designed for other body types. Really look at using a program that someone who used to be skinny has used to help themselves gain weight. Okay, that brings us to the end of this video. Thanks very much for watching, and if you like the information here and you want to learn more about what you can do to gain weight and muscle if you're skinny, then I've created a bunch more videos for you. And to get 20 more free videos, simply head on over to www.skinnygainmuscle.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.